An economist has shared a prediction about Eritrea Ethiopia war. That economist held a discussion with me. Is very close to the Prosperity Party. He is part of decision making, you can say, in the ruling Ethiopian party. What did he say about the likelihood of Eritrea Ethiopia war? Economists talk in numbers. They talk in percentage. They talk in figures. So that is why I thought of sharing his analysis with you. And I would request you to express your views as well about the analysis shared by this economist, a seasoned economist, perhaps one of the most seasoned Ethiopian economists. His experience of running mega organizations, experience of handling billions of dollars. What is this man saying? Is there likelihood of war between Eritrea and Ethiopia? Well, the man talked about Ethiopian economy. He said that last year Ethiopia introduced much needed macroeconomic reforms. IMF and World Bank supported Ethiopian economy. Reforms were needed. Right decision by the government. Secondly, he talked about Ethiopian efforts in the field of economy. He shared some indicator. He said, Sajid, inflation is around 13% in Ethiopia. The government has done a lot to keep it near 13%. Government is trying to reduce it more. More work is needed to lower inflation. Secondly, debt servicing. Can Ethiopia repay its debt? Yesterday, IMF and World Bank raised concerns about Ethiopian debt servicing capability. He agreed that yes, debt servicing is an issue. And for that, Ethiopia needs to export more. Exports increased, but more exports are needed. If Ethiopia is not able to increase its exports, it won't be able to ensure debt servicing. Debt servicing is definitely an area where the Ethiopian government needs to work on. Foreign exchange reserves, he says, are in satisfactory range. Debt to GDP ratio also in safe zone. But what needs to be done by the Ethiopian government is more exports. Any signs of reinstatement in AGOA, African Growth and Opportunity Act, from where Ethiopia was removed by the US at the start of 2021. Of course, if Ethiopia is reinstated in AGOA, its export revenue will rise. So far, no signs, because the Trump government a few days ago extended national emergency with respect to Ethiopia. So I don't think that in coming weeks, Ethiopia going to be removed from AGOA. So he said such lots of work is being done by the government and lots of decisions are going to be made. There is no room for any error. If this government makes mistakes, it will face more serious economic challenges next year. Since he's PP supporter, he believes that the economy is in the right track. It's in the right direction. But he admits that there is no room for errors. That is why he concludes that this government of ruling prosperity party will not wage war. Because if it is involved in a new war, all the economic progress made so far in the last 1 year or so will be wasted. And Ethiopia could face severe economic crisis. Firstly. Second point which he mentioned is about coming years. He said that Ethiopian economy is going to be a runaway train. The same word which he used, phrase, was runaway train. He claims that 30 over 35 billion US dollar worth foreign investments are in the pipeline. International bankers are lining up in Ethiopia to invest in Ethiopia. So the Ethiopian banking sector is making money. All that points towards start of economic growth, significant growth. And that is why Ethiopia needs access to the port. Ethiopia will complete mega projects in coming years. It cannot rely on the ports of Djibouti. Djibouti already earning a lot by handling Ethiopian exports and imports. Since Ethiopia is seeing significant economic progress in coming days, not days, coming years, coming months. That is why it wants access to a port. If it gains access to a port, it will accelerate Ethiopian economic progress. So, based on all the points which he mentioned, he concluded that war won't happen. Ethiopia is only pressurizing Eritrea. It is forcing Eritrea to outspend Ethiopia. It wants to bankrupt Eritrea. It does not want regime change Eritrea. It wants to force Isaias Afwerki to come to the table to talk to Ethiopia and give access to Assad to the Ethiopian government. Now, this is what the Economist believes. My analysis is that I agree with whatever he said in terms of economic indicators. But when you are in danger, when your survival is in danger, you make difficult decisions. And the thing which matters the most for you is your own personal safety. Abiy feels that he's being cornered. Abiy feels that TPLF, Ola, Fano, Eritrea, they are teaming up, Sudan with them as well. That sooner or later, all these forces will unite and they'll try to remove him. If Abiy feels insecure, he knows that his government is going to be removed. Is going to be removed. He will take action. And yes, he's feeling insecure. Firstly. Secondly, if Abiy is so careful about keeping the economic growth momentum going, Why isn't he solving conflicts in Ethiopia? I mean, even a layman knows that if there is insecurity, if there is lack of peace in a country, there won't be sustainable economic growth there. Why is that he has not been able to solve issues with Ola, with Fano? In Tigray, he in fact created divisions. He's creating divisions in Ethiopia just to prolong his rule. He's creating political divisions too. He's not allowing opposition to exercise their right of peaceful political activity. If you are not solving issues in your country, if you're promoting divisions, if you're promoting conflicts, it means you're not laying the foundation of sustainable long term economic growth. Whatever you are achieving, it will be destroyed if conflicts don't stop. This is what my point is. Yes, I have been saying that too, that Ethiopian economy cannot bear the burden of another war. But when leaders think they are being pushed against the wall, they make decisions. Decisions for their own rule, to prolong their own rule. I did a video last night about the Ethiopian policy of forcing Eritrea to spend, of Ethiopian policy of bankrupting Eritrea. It won't work. It won't work. But if I'm not an economist, but I can see that without solution to conflicts and issues in Ethiopia, there won't be lasting economic growth. Thanks for watching.